biggest thing I have is just a deep sense of gratitude, and everything's just surreal, man. Like, I used to live in New York City, and then going down, it's a trip down memory lane, and I used to live in San Francisco, and I've obviously visited LA, and I've been to Denver before, and it's just a trip. I mean, I'm like, man, there was a point in time in my life that if I came to Denver, I wouldn't be able to buy coffee from a coffee shop because I had no money. And to think I'm coming back and bringing the entire world of martial arts to American fans. And this, I'll tell you, to be very honest, I was shocked right now. All the fans, they lined up and were like, I didn't know we had U.S. fans. We've barely done anything in the U.S. You've done nothing, right? So I'm like, wow, shocked. Like people who've really been following for years,
I know you don't want to look too far past this one, but are you thinking about the other cities you'd like to?
Yeah, no. We've been like this again 3-4 years in the making. Our team started planning in earnest 4 years ago for a U.S. event, and that was supposed to be in 2020. So we had the lay of the land, mapped it out. A lot of state athletic commissions have approved or are approving, in the process of approving the global rule set. American fans are clamoring. Like I said, the Amazon numbers, the Amazon leadership is coming to the event, and then afterwards we're going to sit down and say, how do we broaden, how do we deepen, how to expand the partnership. Our numbers have beaten Amazon's internal expectations by a large margin. So it's just really exciting times.
So with Gamma finally having their first American fighter, as long as Phil is coming in with that power.
Man, that was a crazy slam. One shot slam. I was shocked. He just picked the guy up. Another guy was like 250, 260, and he just threw him like nothing. I was shocked. So I can't wait to see him fight again. He was spectacular.
So that opened your eyes more to Gamma, what we're doing.
Let's do it, man. I love Gamma.
Chatri, I hate to bring it up again, but there's been some crazy drama with you and Francis Ngannou from UFC, and he seems to have hit back. And he said on Twitter, he put a picture of Two-Face with Batman and said, "Some promoters, man." Do you have any response to Ngannou? You just want to put this feud to bed, or is it?
Yeah, no. I wish Francis the very best. He's a good guy. He's a good champion. It's unfortunate that we decided to withdraw from the process, but it doesn't take anything away from Francis' life story. Incredible. That he's an incredible martial artist. I wish him the best wherever he goes, like wherever he ends up. Francis is a stud. He's a good guy. He's also a very good guy.
I think you spoke to the Daily Star. You said he was asking for a seat on the board and he wanted $20 million. Is that what can you shed light on?
No, I can tell you that our offer included, which we never finalized and submitted, but by contract form, it was a minimum $20 million guarantee for 2 fights, and then more fights beyond that. And a bunch of other stuff. But like I said, what it came down to was not the money. It was non-financial stuff. And again, I rather than focus on that, I'd rather just focus on, hey, look, it didn't work out with Francis, but we wish him the very, very best. He's a stud. He's a good guy. He's going to do well in life no matter what.
For sure. And you said that He's got an interim title shot, and the winner of Elise Staff is going to face her. What about Soldier Kazakhstan? The winner of that maybe.
Yes. I forgot to mention, the winner between Soldiers in Kazakhstan will get an interim world title shot. Again, my team and I are giving space to the Lee family to grieve and to heal, and we've actually not even talked fights at all with them at all, zero. So I have no idea what their plans are. But I did ask Angela for her blessing in terms of getting on an interim atomweight world title, just out of consideration for her and everything she's going through. So we are definitely doing that, and the same thing for the interim welterweight title.
And Angela is doing the AAPI Heritage World Charity Run in New York. The day after this event, I'm sure you'll be sending all your support for her.
Yes. I'm not going to be doing that because I'll be working on meeting with the Amazon leadership to discuss how we broaden and deepen the partnership together. No, but I obviously send my love always to the Lee family. Send my love to Angela. Victoria is always on my mind, and I think of Victoria often, and we will honor her legacy. Actually, Angela and I have been going back and forth almost every week on how we're going to honor Victoria's legacy, and not just the Victoria Lee Day on January 13th, which was supposed to be her next fight in one, but we're going to create a Victoria Lee scholarship, a bunch of different things. So stay tuned.
Just another from me, sorry to have you. I spoke to Rodtang yesterday. Most of it, drama in the kickboxing world. He says he's not really interested in fighting Superlek anymore. He wants Agassi again in Muay Thai bantamweight and Takeru. Are you still keen on Rodtang?
No, there are so many big, huge fights. I mean, I think definitely the Muay Thai community around the world, they want to see Superlek versus Rodtang. I don't want to deny them of that. I think it's a fight worth making. I don't know if it's before or after Haggerty, or if we do Haggerty, I have no idea what Haggerty, even if he wants to. Ngannou wants a rematch, but Takeru wants a piece of Rodtang. You know, Rodtang defeated Tenshin in Japan, and that whole triangle is in full effect. Tenshin beat Takeru, and Takeru wants to beat Rodtang. So there's a full cycle of like who's the greatest kickboxer on the planet, and that's what they're trying to fight for.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Chatri, thank you so much for such an incredible press conference. You really inspired not only the fans watching, but also the fighters out there. So can you speak to how you individually inspire them ahead of a weekend like this?
So obviously, you know, at the Fighter Hotel, I was there training today with Roger Gracie and Buchecha and Leo Vera. You know, I go around to the athletes and see how they're doing, how they're feeling. I like to do one-on-one contact and make sure they're in a good state of mind, but also to inspire them. Listen, this is how you're going to blow up the world. How you're going to blow up your own brand. How do you want fans to remember this night on Friday? How do you want to be remembered, right? At this thing, a very important inflection point in the history of one, but in the history of their careers. And then, of course, before the fight, I give a backstage locker room talk to all the athletes about, you know, their life stories and sacrifices and just giving it their all and delivering the performance of their lifetimes. So.
That's amazing. One more question real quick. So as you spoke to the success of this weekend in collaboration with Amazon, and as you look to expand globally, potentially in the UK, Europe, and more cities in the United States, are there other fighters and other people you have your eye on that you could potentially bring into the one family?
Yeah, for sure. You know, we have scouts all over the world. We're looking at free agents all over the world. The biggest free agent in the last several years was Roberto Soldic when he left KSW, two-division world champion. And UFC gave him a big offer, and I think Bellator gave him a big offer, and we gave him a big offer, and he came over here because of our platform, being able to express himself as a martial artist across different disciplines. You know, the one thing about MMA and unified rules is that you're very confined. So even if you defend the title 5, 10 times, are you really truly the greatest combat sports athlete or not? Versus Roberto Soldic wants to be simultaneously MMA world champion, boxing world champion, Muay Thai world champion, and kickboxing world champion. Under any rules, if you can fight under any rule set and be world champion, that's a statement that you're the greatest fighter of all time, full stop, combat sports. And that's what the opportunities that we give our athletes, being the home of martial arts, with all the various disciplines of the best martial arts on the planet.
Thank you.
Thank you.